I love exploring and meeting new people, as well as having fun outside, understanding and protecting the natural world. I try to do my bit for nature, and the more I see and get to know different animals and where they live, the more I want to help them thrive and flourish. Let's celebrate and go wild for wildlife. Can you imagine having a party with your favourite animals? Let's see what fun we can have. British wildlife is just the best for me. It's what I've grown up with and what I feel comfortable with, what I remember from when I was very young and what I know most about. A party needs a few essentials to get everyone relaxed and in the mood for celebrating. Can you think of what we need to have a good time? We've been without parties for quite a while, so this is going to be extra special. Firstly, I know a spot which will be just right. 2 oak trees entwined hand in hand on the hillside, a view down to the lake and up to the moors in the distance. It is the perfect spot for a wild party for wildlife. Plenty of different habitats and loads of nooks and crannies. Let's go and get it ready. Enjoy the creativity and dress it up for the occasion. I've collected a basket of leaves of all shades. The spider's web thread will hang them as bunting. Lanterns made of grasses woven together by blue-tip families to guide us into the evening as it gets late and the dark sets in. Stumps of all sizes to sit on around the dance floor, nudged into place by wild Exmoor ponies, and berries of all different shades collected by dormice to twinkle through the night and wind on silky threads around the gnarly bark of the ancient trees. Shells brought by hermit crabs, limpets and whelks lined the way in for all to see. The centre spot was cleared by a fluffy fox brushing it with his tail. Soon it will be time for the guests to arrive. The old barn owl stood sentinel, awaiting the first to arrive, in his pale golden suit, the smartest doorman that ever I had seen, his white rounded face glowing in the night. The first guest scurried in, a hare in a terrible rush, anxious not to be late. Long ears polished and fur groomed perfectly. The next, a hedgehog, prickles finely combed and nose proudly in the air, eyes glistening. Soon the guests were coming thick and fast. The fox, the badger, the stoat, the weasel, they were all there. A dormouse family, grass snakes slithering through the long grass, ants in droves marching in formation, woodlice scuttling and beetles shining like oil slicks. It was quite the sight, the talk of the valley, I'd say. A hubbub of activity as all the creatures chattered and swapped stories. The music was loud, from a quartet of crickets to a band of badgers and a choir of songbirds. Everyone was there, from the buzzards and house martins, red kites and sparrowhawks, to the smallest of voles and moles. The newts were circling in their great crested way, the frogs are croaking, and the water boatmen circling on the surface of the lake. Even the algae shone deep in the water. A twinkling of tadpoles in their many different forms, and clouds of midges making shapes in the sky. The excitement was palpable and energy abound. Everyone was thrilled to be out and reeling on the dance floor. The red squirrels were leading the ceilidh, calling the Scottish dance as animals of all shapes and sizes spun and twirled between the old oaks. The older, more delicate souls watched the young things from mossy great chairs, sat high up on branches and tossed away their cares as they laughed late into the night. The waiters, young badgers in their black and white suits, delivering drinks in all sorts of vessels from acorns to wrapped leaves, nutshells, and wooden cups. The mallards were splashing and laughing with quacks. The deer with their antlers were making an arch as the crowds were stripping the willow. A fun Scottish dance to get everyone moving and twirling in a long line down the dance floor. The finale had arrived. A swarm of bees, a kaleidoscope of butterflies, and a flock of swifts at their very top speed gathered overhead. Colours above as bright as could be, as butterflies turned to bats and the night creatures came out. Owls hooting across the valley and nightjars with their screeching wished the party-goers good night. The music died down and the dancing subsided. The sounds of the night drifted into darkness. What a whirl it had been, a celebration to remember, as we looked to the glow of the moors, the shimmering of the lake and the twinkling of the stars above. It has been a night to go down in history, a celebration of abundance, of culture and value and huge privilege to be in this country, on this earth with so many wonderful creatures. I'm glad to call this place home. It was a celebration to remind us that we must protect this beautiful legacy, a thriving community interlinked and each special and useful in their own way. Let's do it. Do all we can to protect this home of ours that we share and all that lives in it. The tiny wasp, the horseshoe bat, the dragonfly, the earthworm, all important in their own right and contributing to the success of an ecosystem. The regenerative nature of agriculture and ecology and the tender balance of all that lives together on this precious planet. Together, we can make things better, look after each other, big and small, short and tall, round and square. Together with energy, with excitement and occasion, we will help nature to thrive again. Let's do it.